If you're a man who wants to understand women on a deeper level, stop listening to what they say and start watching what they do. A woman's body speaks louder than her words. Her movements, gestures, eye contact, posture, and tone carry powerful messages most men never catch. And that's why most men get played, ghosted, or pushed into the friend zone. Real power in the modern dating world comes from knowing what her body is silently telling you before she ever says a word. That's where psychology meets instinct. That's where control begins. Women are masters of subtlety. They won't always say, "I'm into you," but they'll lean in closer. Their feet will point toward you. They'll touch their neck or fix their hair when you're around. These aren't random movements. They're hardwired indicators of interest, comfort, nervousness, or emotional pull. If you learn how to read this language, you'll never be confused again about whether to approach, escalate, or walk away. You'll be able to spot attraction before she even admits it to herself. And that's what gives you the edge. You won't waste time chasing mixed signals or trying to decode texts. You'll move with confidence because you're seeing through the mask. Most guys keep guessing. But the man who knows her body language doesn't guess. He sees, he acts, and he gets the results. This isn't about being smooth. It's about being aware. In this video, I'm going to break down 7 psychological facts about women's body language and love behavior that every modern man must know. These facts will change how you view women forever. Pay close attention. Every section is a tool you can start using today. 1. Eye contact reveals intent. The eyes don't lie. A woman's gaze is the first and clearest indicator of what she feels around you. Most men ignore it or misread it, but a trained eye sees the truth instantly. If a woman holds eye contact longer than 3 seconds, even once, that's a signal. She's mentally open. If she looks away, and looks again, she's interested, but cautious. That second glance means she's giving you permission to approach. If she holds your gaze and her pupils dilate slightly, that's physical attraction. Don't doubt it. That's raw human biology at work. The eyes are the body's most honest signal. They can't be faked. Now pay attention to blinking. If she blinks more rapidly around you, she's nervous in a good way. She's feeling something, and her body's adrenaline is responding. On the flip side, if she avoids eye contact entirely or keeps her eyes glued to her phone, she's mentally checked out. She doesn't want your attention. Move on. Never chase a woman whose eyes are trying to escape you. But here's a deeper layer. If she locks eyes with you during a conversation and holds it while smiling, she's emotionally connecting. That's intimacy forming. Use that moment to lean in slightly or lower your voice. It subconsciously draws her closer. Your job isn't to stare her down like a creep, but to meet her energy with calm dominance. Let her feel that you're grounded. She'll either lean into the moment or pull away. That response tells you everything. Men who dominate in dating aren't always the best looking. They're the most observant. Women speak with their eyes before they ever say a word. Study the way she looks at you, not just if she looks. That's how attraction begins and how power shifts. 2. Her feet tell the truth. You can fake a smile. You can fake a laugh. But the feet? They tell the raw truth. Most men never think to look down, but that's exactly where her subconscious is screaming. If a woman is facing you, with her feet pointed directly at you, even if her upper body is turned slightly away, she's engaged. She's present. Her attention is yours. This isn't just theory, it's evolutionary psychology. We face what we desire. We angle away from what we want to avoid. If her feet are turned toward the door or angled away from you consistently, her body is signaling disinterest. She might be smiling out of politeness, but her feet already left. Now look for the shift. If during conversation she shifts her feet toward you without even realizing it, That's the moment she gets pulled into your presence. It's subtle. You won't hear a word about it. But the attraction is building. If she crosses her legs while facing you and starts swinging her foot slowly, she's comfortable. If that swinging gets faster, she's excited or nervous in a good way. But if her feet are tucked inward, crossed tightly, or she's pulling away physically during a talk, she's guarding herself. She doesn't feel safe yet. Or worse, she's repelled. Smart men use this cue to know when to step back, adjust their energy, or completely disengage. It saves time and dignity. Next time you're talking to a woman at a bar, cafe, or anywhere, glance at her feet. That small move tells you more than her words ever will. It tells you if she wants more of your presence or less. Never chase when the feet say no. Instead, master this silent cue and act accordingly. The guy who sees this never has to guess again. 3. Touch signals. Desire or discomfort. Touch is one of the strongest indicators of how a woman feels in your presence. It's primal, it's intimate, and it never lies. The way she touches you, or allows you to touch her, reveals everything. If she casually brushes your arm during conversation, that's interest. If she lets her hand linger after a handshake or leans in close enough that your shoulders or legs touch and she doesn't pull back, that's comfort. That's her saying, I'm open to you. Now, here's what most men miss. When a woman initiates touch, no matter how small, she's testing the connection. She wants to feel what it's like to be closer to you without saying it out loud. That playful tap on your chest, the way she touches your hand when laughing or pretends to fix your shirt. It's her body's way of flirting without risk. But it goes both ways. If you lightly touch her hand or back and she flinches, freezes, or shifts away, that's her body rejecting the contact. She's not ready or not into you. Respect that instantly. Don't double down. Don't ask why. Just pull back and observe. Here's another layer. Women will sometimes test your confidence through touch. If she bumps into you, playfully pushes you, or touches you casually and watches your reaction, she's checking your vibe. Don't react nervously. Don't get overly excited. Stay grounded. Stay cool. That calm response builds massive attraction. And remember this, if she touches herself in your presence, twirling hair, rubbing her neck, playing with her jewelry, she's subconsciously soothing herself. That usually means arousal or heightened attention. It's a positive cue. Touch is a dance, a silent conversation. If you can feel the rhythm without rushing it, you'll always stay ahead. The key is to notice, not to force. 4. Her voice changes around you. A woman's voice reveals what her face tries to hide. When she's around a man she's attracted to, her tone, pitch, and speech patterns shift. And if you know what to listen for, you'll never be confused again. First, notice the pitch. When a woman is attracted to you, her voice naturally softens and becomes slightly higher. It's instinctual. It's her body's way of signaling femininity. You'll hear it especially when she laughs, says your name, or replies to your questions with enthusiasm. The energy changes. If she's speaking fast and animated, she's excited, emotionally engaged, and mentally stimulated. That's a green light. But if her voice sounds flat, robotic, or forced, it's a red flag. She's either bored or waiting for the conversation to end. No spark, no fire. Move on. Next, listen for teasing or playful sarcasm. When a woman playfully challenges you, mimics you, or throws in light jokes, she's not mocking you, she's inviting a connection. It's flirtation wrapped in banter, but if she's cold, sharp, or critical with no humor behind it, she's emotionally pulling away. Now, pay attention to volume and pacing. When she lowers her voice, slows her speech, or leans in to speak more intimately, it's a major attraction cue. She wants you to lean in too. She's testing emotional closeness. If she talks with more emotion, more laughter, more expression when you're near, you're making her feel something, and that's the foundation of desire. Women rarely tell you they're interested. They show it through how they talk to you compared to others. If her tone with you is warmer, more playful and emotionally rich, you've already stood out. Men who can hear these shifts hold the advantage. You don't need to talk more. You need to listen better. Her voice tells the truth before she ever says the words. 5. Smiles aren't always what they seem. Most men think a smile is always a green light. It's not. Women smile for many reasons: politeness, nervousness, habit, or actual attraction. If you don't know how to read which one it is, you'll chase dead ends and waste energy. Real smiles reach the eyes. If the corners of her eyes wrinkle slightly when she smiles, that's a genuine emotional reaction. That means she's enjoying your presence. If her mouth smiles but her eyes stay neutral or distant, that's forced. She's just being polite. She doesn't want to offend. But she's not into you. Stop reading that as interest. Now here's the powerful part. A woman who gives you short glances followed by sudden warm smiles is signaling interest. She's trying to draw you in without saying a word. She might even bite her lip lightly, smile while looking down, or flash a grin and look away. These are unconscious behaviors that happen when she's feeling attraction and vulnerability. And if she smiles during or right after you tease her, challenge her, or say something confidently, that smile is your reward. That's her letting you know, yes, I'm feeling this. But don't confuse submissive smiling with interest. Some women are trained to smile just to be agreeable. That's why context matters. Look at how often she smiles at you compared to how she smiles at others. If her smile becomes more frequent, more genuine, and paired with body leaning, foot positioning, or playful touches, she's showing real signs of connection. Real smiles make her light up. Fake ones are flat. The smart man doesn't react just because she flashes teeth. He reads the emotion behind it. If there's no life in the smile, there's no fire in her mind. Learn the difference and move with clarity. 6. Body position exposes emotional comfort. A woman's body will always position itself either toward safety or away from threat, and that's exactly how she responds around men. Her body doesn't lie. When she's into you, she opens up, literally. Her shoulders relax, her chest stays forward, her arms remain uncrossed, and she doesn't guard herself with objects like a purse or crossed arms. These are powerful cues of trust and emotional safety. If she's leaning toward you while seated, angling her torso to face you during a conversation, or mirroring your posture, that's high-level comfort and attraction. You've created a vibe where she can be present without defense. But if she's turning her torso away, crossing her arms, holding her bag in front of her, or putting objects between you, she's guarding. She may be nervous, disinterested, or unsure. Whatever the reason, the answer is in her posture, not her words. This is where most men fail. They hear her talk, but ignore the fortress her body builds. Now look deeper. Mirroring is key. If she starts copying your movements, crosses her legs after you do, leans forward when you lean in, or adjusts her tone to match yours, it means she's syncing with your energy. That's unconscious bonding. That's her body saying, I feel safe and aligned here. On the other hand, tension is a red flag. If her body stays stiff, angled away, or looks ready to leave at any second, don't push. She's not with you emotionally. The strongest connections are built not through words, but through open body alignment. The way her body faces you, mirrors you, and opens up around you tells you if she wants more or less of you. Pay attention. The man who reads posture owns the room without ever raising his voice. 7. Silence is a loud answer. When a woman goes quiet around you, most men panic or overcompensate. They try to fill the silence with jokes, compliments, or rambling words, But what they miss is this. Silence is communication. Powerful, loaded, and intentional. If she's silent but holding eye contact, that's tension, usually attraction. She's waiting to see how you'll respond. Will you get nervous? Will you crack? Or will you hold your frame? A man who can stay grounded in that silence, meet her gaze, and stay calm instantly separates himself from the average guy. That silence becomes chemistry, not awkwardness. But if her silence comes with avoidance, looking away, checking her phone, fidgeting, or stepping back, it's a rejection in disguise. That's her polite way of saying, "I'm not interested," without confrontation. Respect it. Step back. Never chase silence that comes with retreat. Now there's another kind of silence, emotional withdrawal. If you're in conversation and suddenly her responses dry up, short answers, no follow-up questions, long pauses, she's disconnecting. Either you said something that broke attraction, or she mentally moved on. Don't beg to bring it back. Stay calm, shift the energy, or end the interaction with class. Let her feel the weight of losing your presence. Here's what separates grounded men from needy ones. They know silence is part of the game. They don't fear it, they use it. In fact, a man who can lean back, say nothing, and just observe her will often pull her in faster than the guy trying to impress. Women are drawn to mystery. Silence creates space for her to wonder, to speak, to reveal herself. You don't always need the perfect line. Sometimes your stillness is the most attractive thing in the room. Respect her silence, read the energy behind it, and respond with strength. Women speak volumes without saying a word. Their eyes, feet, posture, voice, and even their silence tell you everything you need to know if you're paying attention. Stop guessing, start observing. The man who can read body language moves ahead with confidence while others get left confused. You don't need tricks. You need awareness. Let other men chase words. You focus on the signals that matter. Attraction isn't created with effort. It's recognized and responded to with control. Learn her behavior, and you'll never have to ask, "What does she feel?" You'll already know. That's the power most men never claim.